Hello and welcome to our daily sketching routine. It is Monday, August 26, 2024, and today I'm going to go over how to hold a pen for sketching. And I wanted to point out that I have a playlist called Basic Drawing, which this would go into. And I think this week I'll just focus on a lot of basic drawing type stuff because it's always good to practice that. So yeah, to start off with, I'll talk about the topic here and then maybe add some text to the video as a reminder, but I think this will be a good topic. So there's 3 basic grips for a pen that I use a lot. There's this one, so this will work for a pencil also, where you're holding the pen pretty loosely away from the point. So the 3 basic grips are basically this one, which would be like a loose grip, and it doesn't have to look like this, but the idea is that it's loose, meaning you're not concerned about detail. So I find this good for stuff like, well, anything really, but for example, if you're going to draw mountains, because you can get the that kind of variety, and I guess you could say it looks natural. Same with trees, just stuff like that. You can also use it to draw a figure. Like if you want to draw quick people. So it's a really fast way to get ideas down on paper without worrying about anatomy or proportion, and also to get randomness. You could also use it for architecture. I mean, you could put a castle over here. But, so this is how I'm holding it. Okay. The next one would be like a medium. So you had loose, now you have this medium grip. And here you can start to shade, get a little bit more accurate with shading, but still keeping it loose. And then the next one would be like a tight grip, and this is good for detail. So for example, for accuracy, that kind of thing. And so just practice kind of switching between the different grips. And basically the mindset is, if you're just wanting to, well, it kind of goes with the concept of sketching. So if you want it to be really sketchy, you can be loose about it and you'll have the sketchiest look. And then if you want to get a little bit more detailed, then go to the kind of a medium but still sketchy grip. And finally, whenever you want to detail, you can go in and detail, and it kind of goes with, like, I kind of just made this up right here, but like, yeah, like in the foreground you probably want your pen strokes or pencil strokes to be more precise, and it'll actually make it look closer. And then back here you can just keep it loose. So you can see that just by using different ways of holding the pen, you can actually create this an okay looking composition. And I think it's good to fill the like a sketchbook to just kind of compose something like this, and then we can go in and add detail later. This would be good for not only just coming up with something from your imagination, but also sketching from life or on location. Especially if you're sketching people moving around, you probably want to use a pretty light grip. And then whenever you go into detail, then you kind of add your own interpretation. Also, whenever you have a loose kind of sketchy look, when you go in to detail it, it makes the loose lines less important. Which is good for when you're sketching with a pen, because you're not gonna erase. But speaking of erasing, yeah, sometimes you in some of my other videos you see me use like a white I just have this white marker here. It's not the best for covering up, but I mean, it works. But of course, if you're using a pencil, you can just erase. But we'll talk about that. That goes under, I think, like ways of sketching and line work. But this one is more about the different grips. So yeah, practice that. And before I sign off, thank you for supporting the channel, and until next time, keep on sketching.